welcome to the Astro Imaging Journey channel. Please enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back to the channel. And in this episode I just want to give an update on what happened with the little hiatus I took for about 6 weeks there in the middle of episode 197. And yeah, all good, no COVID, none of that. I mean, I did get the vaccine, but springtime at work, very busy. Extra hours. I think I've gone through this in the past, but yeah, for those new to the channel, this year has really been a boom for the company I work for. We deal with remote capabilities, and obviously with everything going on this year, remote was the new norm, and we saw an influx of new customers, and so there was a ton of new clients to bring online, and supporting them, getting them up to speed on how to use the software and all that good stuff. So this year, late 2020 into early 2021, really good from a business standpoint for the company I work for. So that's a good thing, at least for us. Not trying to downplay anybody that had a bad year due to everything that was going on. Just for us, it was a good year. And, with that comes a lot of extra support calls and different things. So extra hours, extra busy. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I like to try to do either a recording like this during my lunch hour, or try to do, edit an episode if I can during my lunch hour. And I just haven't even been able to take a lunch hour most days. I go grab my food, come back to my desk, eat while I'm continuing to work, and do a working lunch, and then having to work longer than normal as well cuts into evening time. And then obviously, especially with springtime coming around, lots of stuff to do outside and all that good stuff. So, that was factor number one, busy work life. And then busy life around the house. One of the things over the winter I started to do was converting my John boat into a quasi bass boat. And I'll get into something here in a little bit. But anyways, so there was that project going on. We had some other stuff going on around the property with some deadfall that happened over the winter, and trying to get that stuff cleaned up, and the property looking better. Not trying to sell, just trying to make it look better. And then in the middle of all of this, the PC that I generally prefer to do all my video editing on, not necessarily the editing, but the processing, video card died. So that's why I have it in my hand. Anyways, so I did edit a couple episodes on the laptop. I've done that before. But with a couple of people using the account, I had to do the whole transfer of the account and rights from one PC to another, and how Adobe likes to lock things down. It became a hassle. I did have an older, like this one's got the dual fans, it's a double slot. I did have a older single slot video card, single fan, very basic, 2 or 3 generations older than this that I was able to throw in there, but the processing time was just horrible. You know, this one was a 4 gig card, I believe, and that one was like I think it was like 750. It wasn't even a full gig on the memory. So trying to process video on that PC, no, just wasn't happening. Laptop was faster, but you know, not as fast as this was. And yeah, it just ended up, and of course the laptop I've got that set up to do my editing, you know, my astro imaging sessions, and you know, the processing of the images. So, you know, if I'm using that to process a video, and that takes, you know, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, you know, it's time that I can't be editing or processing an image. And usually I like to have my video processing done on the other PC, and while it's doing its thing, you know, we've got some of those processes in PixInsight that, you know, they take 30 minutes to run when you're stacking images or something. I can go over to the other PC, you know, do a quick edit or something, come back, run the next process in PixInsight, go back, finish my editing, have it doing its thing, and rendering the video, and go back, do a little bit more, and try to overlap as much as possible. But you know, when you're single-threaded and you've only got the one laptop, then, you know, that delays things. So, you know, that was a kicker. And then, so I was frantically looking to try to find a new video card, and that's when I found out, you know, I'd heard about cryptocurrency and stuff for years. You know, I'm in IT, I hear about it, but I never really delved into it, and I didn't realize that people were using GPUs, you know, video cards, for mining cryptocurrency. And it's become so popular because the price of cryptocurrency, at least up until roughly a week ago, from the time I'm recording this, so mid-May-ish time frame, you know, Bitcoin was up around $60,000 per Bitcoin. Ethereum was up over 3,000. You know, US dollars compared to one coin of whatever. And due to that, miners were, the amount of miners were increasing, and the number of video cards available. You could not find a new video card whatsoever. You had to you had to either play the lottery and get on New Age Shuffle, or Best Buy and keep refreshing, or go on eBay and pay scalper prices. So, you know, that delayed me getting a new video card, and it is what it is. So that's going to bring up changes to the channel. You know, I've got a general, just throw stuff up there for family and friends channel. I've got a drone and photography channel. I've got this channel, and it's too much for one person to deal with, having to keep everything in line. So I'm going to combine everything into this channel. This is going to be my one and only channel going forward. And so to that end, nothing's changing with the channel itself. It's still going to be primarily astro imaging focused. I'm not changing the name. You know, this channel started out as my journey through astroimaging and how I learned through all these processes. So I want to keep it that way. I'm just going to be throwing up some extra stuff on here to combine, consolidate everything into one and shut those other channels off and, you know, delete them, have everything here. So what you're going to see coming up, I've got several videos already recorded, but I need to edit after this one, and that are astroimaging related. I've got a new mount, so I've got that. I've got some reviews coming out for some of the things I'm using. So I've got a few things to deal with on that. And intermixed with that, I'm going to limit it to Fridays, is I'm going to put out the old content from the other channels. I'm going to just release one video every Friday so that the channel doesn't get flooded. And you guys don't get flooded in your notifications if you're subscribed and all that good stuff. So, you know, you'll see those trickle through. You'll see, you know, maybe, you know, when we had a visit from a bear on the property, you might see some drone work I did down in North Carolina at the, you know, for an assisted living facility. And I've also got a couple reviews of cameras and lenses that I've recorded. I just didn't put on those channels. They'll be on here because, you know, I'm not a professional photographer. I'm an IT guy. You know, photography and drone work is a hobby. I am Part 107 licensed, so, you know, I can do side work with the drone, and I do take some of my photography, I put it on stock websites, and, you know, somebody downloads it, I get 25 cents or whatever. So, you know, it is a side hustle, but I'm an amateur. So to that end, I've got some reviews and use videos of some of the gear that I use from an amateur's perspective. You know, it's you know, kind of like what we have with the way the channel's been. Yeah, you can get the experts, the ones that, you know, work for Mead or Celestron or whomever, and they can tell you everything about the product and how great it is. But what about the amateurs that are trying to use it and need to get through some of the little hurdles because you're not using Celestron software to control the mount. You're using SGP or something else, you know, or Stellarium, and, you know, for your Celestron mount. What, you know, how's all that going to work? So, you know, that's the way the channel's always been, and that's the way it's going to continue. Primarily focused on astroimaging, with a few side little projects thrown in every once in a while for a little variety. And so hopefully you like it. And then some other stuff on the GPUs. I ended up sitting on eBay for several weeks. I ended up winning a few GPUs. And rather than selling them, I get into mining. So I've got a couple of videos on that as well. But you can just might hear one of the fans kicked on. But yeah, so we'll keep things going. So I just wanted to, you know, apologies for the delay, the hiatus. Said that in the last part of episode 197. Yeah, so we'll be back, or we are back, and we are rocking and rolling, and things are going good. So we'll keep this going with a little tweak to the channel to include some extra things out there and some little side projects I'm doing. But, you know, if that's not your thing and you just want to be here for astroimaging, you think I'm ruining the channel, you know, like, you have that right. You have that right to your opinion, but this is the way I need to do it to keep myself sane and keep myself going, and hopefully not have hiatuses like that in the future. So with that, I'm going to say thanks everybody for watching. Hope you're staying safe and healthy out there. As always, clear skies, and have a good one. Thank you for watching yet another video from the Astrometry Junior channel. Really appreciate your viewership. In our upper right, we have the latest video we've uploaded. In our lower right, we have what YouTube might think you would enjoy. And in the lower left is our subscription button. Please like this video, subscribe if you so choose. As always, clear skies, have a good one, and remember Duke.